Please tell me that drives up. Why is it? Okay, just spinning slow. Okay, we're good. Here we go. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
I'm sold. You're exactly the kind of guy I want to replace me as leader of hell.
When I grip you, you know that you've been gripped.
The morning stream. Good. Real good.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian David. Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Oh my gosh, we're here. Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
Look at us. Look at us. Here, Johnny.
Look at us.
Johnny's on the spot. Johnny on the spots? Johnny's on the spot.
Johnny's on the spot.
That's right.
AirPods Pro.
That's right.
Johnny's on the spot.
We're here. We're making it happen. We got a whole Wednesday pile of goo to get through. And it's nice to see all the familiars in the chat today. Nice to see you guys.
Hello, familiars.
Yes, they're like our weird hybrid animal fantasy helpers.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
they follow us around to help us quest.
Yeah, they're the best.
They are our familiars.
Yep.
Yes.
You're the absolute best. Thank you for being here. My backyard smells like onions, and I'd like to explain.
Okay.
So Carter and Kim are doing like garden stuff, planting vegetables and whatnot.
They're gardening. Yeah.
They're gardening. There's a word for it. Yeah, gardening. And
Sure.
in this garden, there are leeks and green onions and I think shallots. Anyway, those three things are combining so that when you go out into the yard and they're just growing, the whole yard, it just smells like we are making onions for the world. We are the Funyun factory in the backyard is what it smells like. I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know if the neighbors can tell. I don't know if anyone else can tell, but all I have to do is open that door and I'm hit with it like a wall. Like, oh my gosh, where's all these onions coming from?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it'll all be great because this is all stuff they're going to cook with and we're going to use.
That is such a staple. I mean, that is a great thing to grow yourself because you use it in just about every meal you cook.
You guys got a little gardeny thing?
We do.
You do?
Yeah. We grow rhubarb. We grow rhubarb, I guess is how we pronounce it. We grow strawberries, carrots. Tina can tell you the rest. Tomatillos. Oh, we're growing tons of tomatillos.
We're doing those
great
too.
because I love making tomatillo salsa.
Yeah. We always have a few of those this year. And
Yeah.
we're also doing these weird tomatoes. They're not called... they came out...
Heirloom.
Well, that's what I thought. But Kim says they're not heirloom. There's some other name.
Oh.
And they're coming out purple, which is like the heirlooms.
Oh, yeah.
But they have some
what
other
are those
name.
called?
I can't remember. Something weird.
Shoot.
Those are always so good, though. I freaking love those.
Those are good, too. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to those. We got cherry tomatoes going. You mentioned strawberries. We have those, too. And what else? I forgot what she told. Oh, basil. Citronella, keeping the mosquitoes away. Seems to work. And a new hornet's nest we have to decide what to do with.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I think I'm going to spray it today. Carter wants me to, salvage them, put them in a jar and take them somewhere.
Of course she does. Yeah.
But I don't want to.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah. She could do that. How about she does that?
Yeah.
And
her job, not my job.
Right.
Yeah, either that or I'm spraying it. It's one way or the other. So if she wants these things to survive, she's going to have to do the
I'd
work.
like you to move these great white sharks by hand to a different part of the ocean, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm not doing your dirty work.
Yeah.
Freaking bees. I mean, bees are one thing.
Bees are great. We love bees. Hornets.
Yeah, ground bees, like we talked about yesterday. I'm not so fond. Don't love that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced ground bees. I don't know what that's like. But one day perhaps we will experience it. Anyway, if you come near my house and you wonder why it smells like somebody's making, Funyuns, you know why. Because it really has that artificial
I love that.
smell.
I actually like that smell.
I do
know
too.
Exactly. But it can be overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, and have it just overstay its welcome, I'm told that what will happen here is that these bulbs will start to grow and spread and do their thing, and then it will stop smelling like onions until they're ripe, and then they'll smell like onions again. So,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah, we'll see if that holds. Hey, we get a lot of cool people in our community who know stuff, who are smart about things. One of those people, regular people, is Dr. Nikki, who knows
She's
lots
the
of things.
best. Yeah.
She's amazing. She also knows more about sheep and goats than you will ever know.
She knows what brains smell like.
Mm-hmm. She's the one that smelled the brains, and she sent in a call regarding you can eat rice.
Okay.
And I remembered last night what this said. This morning, I completely forgot what she said. So we're going to learn together what she said about that. Here we go.
Hey, Scott and Brian for TMS. This is Nikki. I think I solved the and you can eat rice. And now I don't remember the specifics around when that happened. But the other day I went to a Chinese restaurant, and when I was leaving, I saw a friend in the parking lot, and I kind of yelled, "They have all you can eat rice." And it kind of set off fire alarms in my brain for TMS. Could this be the solution? I don't know. Love the show, though.
I don't know if it's a solution. I mean, the way the story goes is she doesn't know the origin of this, I guess.
I know. She's thinking it's like somebody passing you on the road, like explosive tip or fart gas or things like that. Yeah,
it's not one of those. This was the thing where my friend Andrew worked at Hunan Express. He let the rice burn, two big things of rice just burned. And when he came back from his break, let's see if I can find the clip. I'll play it. Because I don't want to do it. I don't have the energy this morning to yell this.
No, and that clip is so well done. It's
here it is.
It's like
this is what he yelled. Or he came out with the 2 pots of burnt rice. Andrew standing in the doorway. This guy, very angry, takes the 2 pots, slams them on the ground, and yells this. "Then you can eat rice!" Oh, I know what it was. There was other stuff too. Before that, he says,
"You hungry?
You hungry? You want some food?" Like that. And then Andrew's like, "Sure, I guess." And he's like, "Then you can eat rice!" He was so pissed. So yeah, Nikki, I appreciate it, but that was already a solved mystery.
Yeah, but I do like the they have all you can eat rice.
I mean, it's a great thing to hear in reference to it. So thank you for bringing that to us. That was great. Also, Harold agrees with you, Brian, that Results shirts are very good. Roosevelt's, and I said Results again.
I know. See, you look at that, and the V, because we're so used to churches, right?
Yeah.
We're so used to looking at churches. They get the V instead of the U. Spelling it different. We love the churches. We love them. Quite frankly, one of the best bands.
You think you would like the churches, or do you think he's... a
very biblical band, the churches. We're big fans of the churches in my house.
That's what they would do. That's what he would do. He would use it as he would think it was religious, and that somehow gets some points. Yeah, nice.
Also, a big fan of the Mumford and Sons. We love families. Not such a big fan of bare naked ladies. Not such a fan.
And the truth is, he's a huge fan. Huge fan of the bare naked ladies.
But anyway, yeah, Roosevelt shirts. Yeah, I almost wore one today, but decided I was going to support my West Ham Hammers today.
Is there a big game or something? What's going on?
There was this last weekend. I did not see the final score against Manchester United. Let me take a look, but I'm sure it wasn't good because, I mean,
Manchester dominates. They're the Yankees of the freaking soccer business, aren't they?
Yeah.
They get all the best picks. They get all the best trades. They get all the money.
Yep, exactly.
They're like the Lakers. They just buy themselves to victory. No offense, LA.
No. Yeah, 3-1.
Okay.
Man City versus West Ham.
I mean, one is respectable in soccer.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, but it's a low-scoring game. I think that's, there's some praiseworthy content right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Harold, thanks for the text. We appreciate you confirming that the Roosevelt's shirts are good.
Yes.
I think I'm going to get one. I just got to pick a good one I like and get it.
I know. It's tough. It's tough. And they're a slimmer fit. Right now, I think I mentioned this is like there are a lot of enticement for me to keep cycling and eating better and losing this gut because I want to make it fit a little bit better. But they're a slimmer fit, so make sure you get an appropriate size that fits well for you.
Well, in related news, we also got something from Steph. Steph is a local, here in Salt Lake City, and she wrote this and said, "This is about Buc-ee's again, where you can get these shirts." She says, I went to the Buc-ee's in Denver on my drive home back from Salt Lake City this morning. Oh, no, I guess it's back home from Salt Lake City? I assume she's from here. Anyway. Oh, yeah, it says right there at the bottom. Yeah. Okay, anyway.
She was from here for a while. She's...
yeah, there's some back and forth going on here, right? This is that stuff?
She worked here helping animals at a place where we took our dog.
That's right.
Yeah.
She says, so okay, I yelled at my friend to pull over because we had to see it, she says in parentheses. Buc-ee's is the most American place I've ever been. She says it's obnoxiously big. Shirts that say 1776. Sure, I'm playing pickleball.
No. You get that percentage in there. It's important to the thing.
1776% sure I'm playing pickleball. I missed the percentage. Which I have 1,776 regrets for not buying, she says. Absolutely nothing in the vicinity is vegan, and there was a voting booth in their giant bathrooms. Or if there was one of their giant bathrooms, I'd vote for America. I'm 100% obsessed. Praise the beaver. XO says, Steph, the very vegan liberal snowflake in Salt Lake City.
She is great. She took us to a fantastic, or maybe we took her. I can't remember. I think it was new for both of us, but we knew about it. We took her to a vegan place in the Highlands here outside of Denver, and had a wonderful meal. And it was a bummer because she was leaving like the next week or something, and she'd been here for months. And our first and last time hanging out with her while she was in Denver, and we were so bummed that we didn't get a chance to hang out with her more. But
well, Steph, give me a call. You live here now. We can go do something. You know,
go get some vegan in SLC.
Yeah, show me the best vegan places. I know there's this sandwich place downtown everyone loves that's supposed to be amazing vegan sandwiches, and I've never been. So maybe she probably knows about it. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Carter knows about it, but she's not here to tell me the name. Brian, you got a little thanks you want to throw out here at the end?
Dude, I have got to throw out a massive thank you, and he told me not to, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sorry, man. Back when I had come back from the Southeast meetup from last year, and I had played Return to Dark Tower with Amy and a couple other tadpoolers down there, I said, oh my God, I've got to get this game. And Mike reached out to me and said, hey, I bought the Kickstarter for it. And then my family said that they don't want to play it. So
damn,
I'll happily sell it to you. And I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. And I, said it's going to have to be a while because I don't have a lot of, we're podcasters. We know that things get tight.
Sure.
And still recovering from losing a couple of my clients during COVID, sadly.
Yeah.
But anyway, he surprised me by just sending it to me out of the blue and saying, here, you're going to enjoy it more than we will. And so it is the freaking, I can't even, the box is too big, but it is the freaking Kickstarter deluxe big collection of Return to Dark Tower with the 2 giant neoprene playmats and all the plastic pieces instead of the little cardboard pieces. And
it's the one everybody wants, right? That's the one.
It's the one everybody wants. And it was just incredibly generous of Mike to send that. Mike has already been generous. He came out here to Denver maybe a year or so ago and brought me a challenge coin. He's in the military, brought me a challenge coin, and then they went and saw Space Force, the Space Force location when they were here, and so brought me a Space Force t-shirt as well. So.
Is he the dude that's he's not the Navy guy, is he? Different guy?
Different guy.
Because I also got a challenge coin, but I don't know if it was him. We get a lot of military listeners, so I think
we
maybe,
do. Yeah.
It's probably just I'm mixing them up.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to screw this up, but I want to say he's in the Air Force, and that's why he was here in.
Well, because Air Force is adjacent to the Space Force, right? Aren't they kind of connected or what? I don't know how that works.
Yeah. They were in the same. Now they're 2 very far apart facilities. One's near Colorado Springs. The other one is kind of by Aurora. The Space Force is near Aurora.
It's their 5th anniversary, by the way, the United States Space Force. Yeah.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yeah. We got. I wonder how they're doing out there. They got the space, keeping it safe. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
I don't know what they do. Space lasers. Lasers.
If somebody wants to write in from the Space Force and tell us, just give us a brief description of what's going on. Honestly, I'd really like to know. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Because I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're doing something. Like this is not me, throwing shade. I really don't know what they do. So someone tell me. I assume it's if we're
Pence knew. Pence knows what they're doing.
I guess so. He was a big deal for that. All right, well, that's cool. Thanks, Mike. That was awesome for you to do that. We're going to play Tadpooley Feud now. That requires a couple of things. Excuse me. Number one, I have to add Dunaway to the call. Number two, I have to pick somebody from our Tadpool who is now pinging me to get in here. Let's see who number three is. Oh, gosh, they're coming in hard and fast. Hold on.
Hello.
Holy smokes. All right, we're going to just go. All right, she's Louises. Slow down. Okay, we're going to do Becca Smiles, looks like, is our third person.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Feel like we've had Becca on maybe once or twice. We'll find out.
Think so. Yeah.
Well, what do we have here? It's time for us to play Tadpooley Feud. First of all, let's welcome Brian back. He's here. Hi, Brian Dunaway. What's up?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How was your day?
Oh, it's not over yet.
So good. So far, so good. How about yours, sir?
Yeah.
I cannot complain. Who would even listen?
No one.
We wouldn't. We would stop. We would hang up.
No
If
one.
you started complaining, we would just hang up the phone.
That's right.
I know how it is. I'm a fair weather friend. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. With us also, Becca Smiles. Hello, Becca. Hello. Hello, Becca.
Hello.
Oh, hi. You there?
Hello.
We hear you now.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Hi.
Okay,
It's nice
cool.
to have you here. How are you?
I'm great.
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Thank you for joining
was
us.
awesome when we did the pond earlier this year. The play date game where we did a bunch of trivia questions for taking territories and want to do it again. Becca helped write a ton of those questions, so
That's awesome.
she's no stranger to trivia.
Yeah, no, she's probably
and
going
I
to...
help again.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
going to make
yeah.
one of us win more than we would have otherwise, so thank you for that. Real quick note, you just reminded me of something, Brian, because remember how, well, obviously remember it, but Al-Kebab was very helpful in all that process,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So yesterday I get in the mail Al-Kebab's Stitch name that a bunch of people ordered him and got him for Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
It came to me for some reason.
Send it to you. Did he come from?
It came from Abby. And so I
from
got
Abby?
yeah, so I haven't heard back yet, but I think she just screwed up and put my address. But it says to Al-Kebab,
no.
It's his name, it's all that stuff. So
I wonder if he got one that says Frogman.
maybe. I mean, I already got mine, so I don't know what happened there.
Oh,
So
okay, so you did get one.
yeah, I'll just forward it to him. It's not a big deal, but it's just kind of funny that it came to me. Anyway, let's get this going. Brian, explain these rules. What's at stake? You know, that kind of stuff.
Gosh, so much at stake. It's time to play the Tadpooley Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Becca, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. Oh my God! And if your team wins, you'll get a package that includes Omen Exito, Plague, and Beyond the Long Night.
No idea what these two are. Never
Both
heard of them.
games courtesy of King Quimazabi.
Wimazabi. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Dunaway, you heard of these? Don't know what these are.
Neither of them. Nope, I don't know those.
I usually know, but I don't know today.
Yeah.
I know these are
No
brand
clue.
new to all of us.
Yeah.
So cool, excellent.
All right.
But to get those, you got to win, and to win, we got to play. So to play, we got to have a question to start things off. So please, Scott, Brian, put your hands on your buzzers and give me your best answer to this. We asked 492 Tadpoolers to name a Stephen King novel. Scott,
It.
show me, show me it. You got it? Show me it. Yeah, number one answer.
Nice.
People like typing 2 letters.
Yeah.
Tadpoolers, lazy Fs is what
Lazy
they are.
as
Yeah.
hell, those guys.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So it's me and Becca.
right.
I like that.
It's you and Becca. No answers can beat it. So, Scott, you and Becca have control of the board. 9
Well-
answers on the board. You've got 1 point.
Becca, you're. I don't know if this makes you lucky or what this makes you, but I am a massive Stephen King fan, so I've got a lot of in my head. But do you have any that pop into your head that we could try first?
The Stand pops in my head.
That's my
Right,
favorite
nice.
one. I mean, that would be number one if I had to pick. So I'm going to agree with you and say The Stand.
Cool. Show me where you put your iPad. Oh, it's on the stand.
Yeah.
Number 2 answer on the board. 3 points.
Belongs up there.
Nice.
Scott and Becca team.
Oh boy. Now it gets interesting because. Okay, Brian. Question for the judge.
Yes, and the answer is yes.
Okay.
I know what you're going to ask. And
Well-
if it's a
Is it a
big
of
series
books?
of books, I
it a
compiled
big
them all
series?
into one.
All right. If that's the case, then I'm pretty sure that Becca and I should say Dark Tower here. at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, let's put that on.
All right. Show me the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 3.
No.
So here's the deal. Like, a lot of people just put the Dark Tower, which I know is the final book in the series, but I'm sure they meant the Dark Tower series,
Yeah.
whereas a few other people put Gunslinger, which is the first book in that series. The other books in the series, maybe some of those one person said, but nobody said more than one of those. So it's like, yeah, I'll just lump those all into the Dark Tower.
Anybody do Wizard and Glass or
one person said Wizard and Glass. Yes.
There should have been more. That book is so good.
Really
Yeah, no, that's great. Makes sense that you would lump them though. All right.
Yeah.
Becca, what's another one here?
I believe I said The Shining.
Oh yeah, The Shinin. Let's do it.
No.
The Shinin.
The Shinin.
All right.
Yep.
Kids got the Shinin. All right, show me The Shining.
Sweet.
Yeah, number 4.
Going down the line here.
Right down the line. 10 points. Just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's toss out Salem's Lot, his first published work.
Okay.
Salem's
All right.
Lot.
A lot of OG Stephen King fans in the chat,
Yeah.
in the Tadpool. So let's see if Salem's Lot.
Oh, come on!
Oh, not a lot of
Number-
Salem's Lot up there.
No.
Number 14.
That's lame. That's a great book. It holds up,
Yep.
man. It's really, really good.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
Brian, you're gonna have to make us look bad now.
We'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling it's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. Okay, so
I know,
I'm gonna
it's
go.
so much
There's so
material to
many.
choose from. Yeah.
There's so freaking many.
Yeah.
Even Zoe, my daughter, she's got like I went in her room the other day and she's got like 3 Stephen King books, like old paperbacks, all beat to hell and everything. And I'm like, did she get these from the library? And I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her to read Stephen King. She just found them.
Doing it on her own. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And then my okay, so I'm gonna go with I'm going with Cujo. There's so many.
Sure. All right, show me that sweet, lovable dog, Cujo.
Oh man.
That's
Number
right.
7.
Joey hides it in the freezer so it doesn't get him from friends.
Right.
Isn't that right? Yeah.
That's right.
Something like
7
that.
points for Brian for that one, and
And this is how prevalent Stephen King is in my life. I met with a friend of mine over the weekend and ate some lunch with him, and he showed me in his car. He said, "Ooh, I got this big box of stuff I'm moving," and he showed me his Christine book. Is there a Christine up there?
Let's see. All right, show me Christine.
Oh.
Number 10,
already at the
17
top.
points now. Taking the lead, Brian.
Yeah.
Boy.
Shitinluck.com right there.
Can I get a little bit of Carrie? Can I get some Carrie?
Sure.
Is that a song? Hold on. What's
Yeah, there is.
Carrie.
It's a
Yeah.
Frankie Valley in the Four Seasons. No, that's Sherry.
Yeah, this is Sherry. I don't think there's a
Carrie,
Carrie, is there?
Carrie Elise upon the road that I must travel.
I can't control what my brain
It's
thinks.
Carrie,
all
but
right?
yeah. There's Carrie Ann. Oh, Carrie Ann.
Yeah.
Carrie, let's do that.
Okay.
Show me Carrie.
Nice.
Number 5.
Damn it, Brian. You're ponying
Well-
us.
Taking a big lead, and only 3 answers on the board that have not been selected.
We're getting
Well,
pwned.
Europe
no,
did a song
we
called
only
Carrie,
got 3
apparently.
left. We only got 3 left, and I think we're going to get this. Regardless, I think we're going to
think
get
you can.
all of them.
You guys have
Yeah.
5 strikes between the 2 of you and 3 answers, and you can do this. You can do this.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
I'm going to go. Oh shoot! I had one in my head, and then it disappeared. So I'm going to go with my backup.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the book that I read in one sitting. It was Misery.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Misery.
And what was the book? Sounds like
Misery.
It
It
was, a
was
very fun
Misery.
experience.
I read it.
I know.
Just come back
You
from-
said that you read it in one sitting, and it was Misery. What book was
No,
it?
it was
that you-
beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. We was in a car ride, and I wrote the whole. We went. I think it was coming down from Boston. Yeah,
And you
It
did
was
not
going
put
down
it
the
down.
coast.
You read the whole thing.
I
and-
read the whole thing.
Man,
You
that,
don't. You're not one of those people who gets car sick if you read
No.
while you're in a car in a
Heck
moving
no.
vehicle. Okay.
No, that's just when I'm driving.
All right. What? You get car sick if you read while you're driving?
yeah, I was gonna let that one go, but now that you've
I was gonna see. I was gonna just like, all right,
Wait a minute.
all right.
Show me your misery.
Oh, hey ho, hey ho.
12. Just one out of the contention of getting a free turn if you were to guess it.
All right.
Don't forget, if you guess number
Yeah,
11, you
forgot
don't
about
get
that.
any points, but you do get to guess again.
What do you think is more likely on here? Well, I don't want to give Brian one, so maybe I won't do that. How do you feel about the stuff that isn't his norm, but also crazy popular, like Shawshank Redemption?
I was just thinking about Richard Bachman stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Shawshank's on here?
It probably is. That's super popular.
Yeah. I don't even think most people have read the short story. It's a relatively short book.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about what movies have people seen that are...
The Mangler.
The Mangler? The MangoLeers? Is that what you mean? Well, there's no Mangler,
No,
is
the
there?
Mangler.
There's a Mangler?
Yeah, you never watched the Mangler?
No.
No.
Is it really a 3-syllable word, Brian?
Mangler?
Yes. Mangler.
Mangler.
Oh, it's an old movie, isn't it? An old horror movie. It's not, but that's
Yeah.
not Stephen King, is it? I don't think so. Well, anyway.
I don't know.
Let's go with Shawshank just because I think
Sure.
the popularity's got to be there. So let's do it.
Why not? All right, show me the Shawshank Redemption.
Holy shit
Ooh.
on a stick.
Yeah, Rita
Ew,
Hayworth and the
gross.
Shawshank Redemption, a short story, made it to number 18 on the list, but not a novel. So people might have been looking at that word in the question and taking it very literally and saying, "Oh, that's not a novel." So
I don't think the tadpole does that.
I don't either. I'm glad Becca said it because I don't either.
18 people didn't anyway, at least.
Sure. All right, Brian, you got to do this. You got to fill these holes, man.
Boy, all of a sudden, these three that looked like they were going to be really easy for you to get are starting to become a
Well,
little
you know what's even worse is now I feel like I've already said everything that's in my head. I'm like, oh, we missed 3. And was that one of the 3? Because I'm like, did I already say Pet Cemetery?
No, you did not.
I can tell you that nobody said
You
Pet
can't.
Cemetery
If
yet.
you can't tell me. All right. I'm going to go
yes,
with
I
Pet
can tell you.
Cemetery.
All right.
You're not supposed to tell me.
No, I'm not supposed to tell you. It's not fair. It's not fair to
not
anybody
fair.
if I tell you.
Yeah.
You're supposed
No.
to pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay, show me Pet Cemetery.
Ooh,
It's a
Sometimes
long time
dead
to
is
come
better.
up. Six.
that is better.
I mean,
Sometimes
now you
dead is
really
better.
have to. You really have to do this, Brian, because there's no way
Oh, shoot.
Becca can win unless.
I'm pulling for
you
that.
run the
Come on.
board. Yeah.
Well, no. Wait. Oh,
Pulling for
right.
winnings. I'm pulling for
The
winning.
highest you can get is 27 now.
Yeah.
So
Damn
We
it.
need to run the board.
All
But
right.
you got three. You got three strikes. You can do this.
All right. What do you think,
Okay,
Brian?
so I'm going to start throwing stuff out then because I mean we got like
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking about
This game now all of a sudden just turned into collab. It's
That's
now
right.
a
I'm
collab
thinking about-
game. Yeah.
thinking about Firestarter. I'm thinking about the big collection I keep by my bed, like different seasons. I like reading the Dead Zone, those kind of
anthologies.
things.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Dead
Night
Zone's
Shift.
real good. Dead Zone's not, but Dead Zone's part of a larger tome, though, right? It's like a short story? Or
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
I thought Dead Zone is its own thing. I
No.
had that book when I was
Maybe
in
it
high
is.
school.
Maybe it is.
Now I'm forgetting.
I don't remember either. How about
That's
Needful
to say
Things? You
Kusa.
like Needful Things? That's a good one.
I like Needful Things, but I don't remember reading the book. I remember reading Insomnia, and it took me a freaking
Oh, I
6 months to
love-
read that one.
I loved
Jeez, that was-
Insomnia. I loved
I don't
it.
know why that one took so long.
Kept falling asleep while I was
I
trying to read
did.
that
I
one.
kept falling asleep. That's what was so hilarious about it. It's
This
like,
is the worry that I have is a lot of these books I absolutely love, but I just know, like Cell, which is the one he made about people zombied out because of a signal on their cell phones, is not like in anyone's top 10, but I really
Nobody,
like that
yeah.
book. I love that book.
they market the crap out of it, but yeah, it didn't do too well.
I liked it.
I think Needful Things is the place to go to.
Okay.
I think
All right.
I think Needful Things. Give me some Needful Things. I need it.
Show me your needful things.
Shit!
Come on.
No, needful things. Low on the list.
Low. Get low. Get low.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
I don't think anybody said needful things now that I'm looking at
What?
this list.
Scott said it.
Well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. There it is. Number 13. It was higher than I was expecting. So
Okay.
Yeah, number 13.
Good.
Okay. Well,
Did you
shit.
say- is it Christine?
Back to us. You said Christine. That's number 10, right?
Yeah, we said. Yeah, and you said. We said. Yeah.
Did we do? Yeah, Pet Cemetery.
The Green Mile? But they didn't like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that was another
I love that
novella
book.
thing. Yeah, I don't know if they didn't count Shawshank, I just don't see how Green Mile's on here.
What about the time travel one.
Ooh,
Energy.
that yeah.
Oh, 11
63 and me. What
11,
is it?
20, 63.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah, 11,
Right,
22,
63 is the only
63.
part I remember.
11, 22,
All right.
63 is the name. Let's
There you
go.
try. And you know what? Hold on. We like that better than Carrie? Oh, no, Carrie's
Oh,
on
we
there.
said Carrie.
Shit. Never mind.
Oh, yeah,
Never mind.
we said Carrie.
All right, let's do it. 11
All
Hooha 63. Let's do it.
Show me 11 Hooha 63.
Okay.
Number
Yes.
9.
All right.
All right.
It's a
One
great
answer
book.
left.
And you know we got 2 chances here because we could hit number 8 or we could hit number 11.
Oh, true.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, right.
All right. Well, I loved Mr. Mercedes, but did anyone else read that?
Oh, I did, loved it, but no one ever reads that one though. I think that's mine and Scott's
I
thing.
love that series.
The other thing that comes to mind, just because the TV show was popular, would be Under the Dome.
Oh yeah, I
Dome.
really liked the book a lot.
I never could read it. I started that book like 5 times.
You should have read. You should have pushed through. It's very good. It cuts a cow in half. That dome.
Yeah, yeah, that dome comes down and chops.
Spoiler.
Yeah, I feel like.
I saw the Simpsons movie. I'm good.
How popular was Doctor Sleep? Did that do well as a book?
Oh, the follow-up to The Shining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it. I liked the movie a lot. Didn't read the book.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know. Becca, you know what? Becca, what do you think?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
don't know.
This is a hard one. I
What's
don't want.
what's the chat room saying?
I don't want to screw
Green
this up.
Mile.
Chat room is
Bag of Bones.
Yeah, they're mentioning a lot of the ones you're saying.
Oh, I should
will
get in
say
here.
The Glorious Claiborne.
Oh,
that's not. Is it
That
Claire-
Dolores, whatever
Dolores
it is
Claiborne.
not a. I don't
Is
like
that
that book.
Claiborne? Is that right?
I didn't like
Yeah,
that.
Dolores Claiborne is a.
Book. And Running Man was a short story for sure,
But
but
this
they
is
may have
Tadpole.
said it's the tadpole. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit, Tommy Knockers.
Nobody read that.
My friends loved that in high school. The Mist is also awesome, but also I
Oh,
think based
yeah,
on
The
Mist.
Mist.
that was
That's a
part
good
of
one. We all responded to that one.
Yeah. I think we say The
Bless
Mist.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mist is a good.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
The Mist.
Show me the mist.
Not
Number
13.
11.
Oh, that's a bonus.
Oh!
You get a chance. You get another
Yep,
chance.
so you get another yes.
Okay.
The Mist intrigued me because Stephen King said he liked the movie ending better than his own ending.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
really?
That is interesting. He usually
It's a
doesn't do that.
heartbreaking ending. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a better. I think I
It's a
agree with him.
I think it's
powerful, really
good.
powerful ending.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with him. They're
I
both
never read the book,
great.
so I don't know how the movie. Oh no, we talked about that when we film sector what the book ending is. Yeah.
Yeah. Did we do?
Thinner always freaked me out. Is that a
I like Gerald's Game and The Outsiders.
Jared's game?
The Outsider, not
I always
Outsiders. Outsider, I believe. It's just
freak-
one.
Outsider.
Yeah, The Outsiders
never
is
read that one.
awesome, and that series they did on HBO is so
That
good.
series was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Read
very
that one.
good.
Outsiders was S.E. Hinton.
Oh hell, dude.
Stephen King should thank us for all the free book talk today. Jesus.
Yeah.
How about
The
yeah.
chat room has been, I mean, they've been shouting everything, but they have been shouting the final answer, the correct one. But that won't help you because they've been shouting a dozen of these.
Okay, well,
The Green Mole.
is shouting a hint?
Dr. Sleep. Everybody's saying Dr. Sleep.
Nah. How about
Yeah.
what about Thinner and Stand by Me? You don't want to throw those out.
Ooh, Stand By Me.
And maybe not Thinner, but Stand by Me is a big one.
I think Thinner is good. It's pretty thin.
It's thin. Shit, you guys. I don't know. Bro, we're making Brian choose. It's his turn anyway, right?
Oh, it's your turn.
Is it
'cause
my
you got
turn?
You got the thing.
Yeah, you got 11, 22, 63.
It's on you, baby. It's on you
shit.
now.
Shit.
Just say one. Let's just get this over with.
All right,
Pull the Band-Aid.
let's do Dr. Sleep. Let's put it in.
Okay, show me Dr. Sleep.
Oh my god!
Oh, where is that one? Let's see here.
Oh, no.
Dr. Sleep. Tied for 28th place. One person said Dr. Sleep.
Give me the Green Mile.
No,
Right.
wait. Okay. Yeah, no, go
Show
ahead.
me the Green Mile. Don't worry, Becca.
You
I'm gonna give
butthole.
prizes anyway. Oh, you got it anyway. Look at that. Number 8. Green Mile.
Wow. How is that up there and Shawshank is not up there? I don't understand.
Green Mile is a series. It's a serial novel as opposed to being one of an anthology, one part of an anthology.
Oh,
short story.
Okay. But I don't think the Tadpole's thinking of that. I think
it's a novel the same way The Dark Tower is a novel.
I didn't read The Green Mile until Tom Hanks was on the cover.
Yeah, that was your first one.
Right, I know it's that. I know exactly the version you're thinking of. Yes.
Dang, that was crazy.
All right, some other answers. Somebody said Kojak. I think they meant Cujo, so I actually lumped it into Cujo.
Who loves you, baby?
Exactly. You actually nailed the first 14 of these. Number 15, Dreamcatcher. Then the Tommyknockers. Fairy Tale. Number 17. The Body, which is the short story that became Stand By Me. The MangoLeers, Thinner, Under the Dome, Eyes of the Dragon, Insomnia, The Dead Zone, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, made it on there. The Perfect Storm?
No.
Don't know what that is.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the one. Isn't that the one where they made a TV show too, right?
No, it was a movie, but it's not the one about the boat, is it?
It's not the one about the boat. No, I don't think that was it.
No, not that. The Perfect Storm. No.
Children of the Corn, somebody put, but they spelled it Korn like the band.
Great.
Desperation, Different Seasons, which is one of those anthologies.
Collections.
Dolores Claiborne, Doomakey, Firestarter from a Buick 8.
Firestarter.
You get some fun ones like Game of Thrones, Jurassic Park.
Wait, why?
Because
people, dude. You people.
Let's see. On Writing. So I think that's one of his his nonfiction publications.
Yep.
Pickles on Parade. I don't know what that is. Silver Bullet, Sphere. Nope.
Oh, Silver Bullet's great.
Why
they're getting some Crichton confused with the
exactly.
King, aren't they?
Getting all the.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they put for name of Michael Crichton book. The Eye of the Dragon, The Fog, The Outside. I think The Fog. I think they meant The Mist. The Outsider. Somebody did say that. The Running Man, The Staff, and The Talisman.
Oh, someone said The Fog. That kills me.
Yeah.
Did we ever watch the Mangler for Film Sack? I don't think we ever did.
No. We should.
Because you mentioning it now was the first I'd ever heard of it.
Yeah.
I saw that one at the theater.
The Mangler. Let's see. 1995. Horror mystery.
Yeah, it was like this. It was like this machine, industrial machine in this warehouse, and it was convincing people to get. It was like Christine, but stationary.
Oh, it's Toby Hooper. He did. He's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. That's cool.
Yeah.
We have seen Life Force, which he directed, and Poltergeist, which he directed. Let's see here. Toby Hooper. We could do that. Robert Englund, dude. Ted Levine. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Classic.
Yeah, we got to watch that.
Yeah, that seems all right. Okay then.
Put it on our Sacktober list, Randy, if you are listening.
Yeah, if he is, I'll move Catwoman. Excellent. Well, Becca, the good news is you've won. You won in a weird way, but you won nonetheless. And that means Brian's going to Discord these items over to you shortly, the codes, so that you can then plug them in.
And it was a good reminder that I need to send Becca a T-shirt too for all of her work on the pond trivia questions, and we will do that again. People really seem to enjoy that, and I think Alkabab has some stuff he wants to do to enhance the game, make it even better.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some art for him for the. Cool. For the pond part, the actual thing.
Make it actually look like a pond instead of just a grid.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that if we can get it going. Cool. Anyway, well, thank you so much, and this is for you.
Congratulations, you're a winner.
You're not a winner until Fletcher tells you you're a winner, and we'll see you next time. Hey, Dunaway.
Hey, Johnson.
Do you want to get together and do a play retro this weekend? What do you think of that?
I would, but I'm gonna be busy playing Tony Hawk.
Oh, that's a shame.
No.
That's a shame.
We could do a way to combine those two activities.
Yeah, we could do an episode about Tony Hawk 1 and 2 if you're down for it. You know what? Let's combine your waste of time with our episode, and we will make a show.
Let's get your chocolate into Scott's peanut butter and vice versa.
That's right.
Do you guys remember that? Wasn't there a BMX version of that with the same game engine?
Yes.
And they had tried to make that a thing as well.
Yeah, and they had a surfer one too, but the the bike one was that guy that always hung out with the Jackass guys. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Never Soft did that. Yeah, that's right.
PS1 BMX game, and you do tricks. It was like all tricks. Dave Mira, that's it. Dave Mira.
That's it.
Yeah, Dave Mira freestyle BMX, I believe it was called.
That's not it.
Was it Matt Hoffman Pro
You're full of
BMX?
crap.
Was it Matt Hoffman? Might have been Matt Hoffman.
It was Hoffman. That's who it was.
Okay.
It was Hoffman.
There's a whole string of those. They were all trying to capitalize on this Tony Hawk success. But we'll talk all about it. That's this Friday, 1:30 p.m. Be there for Play Retro right here at frogpants.tv or check out the podcast after. Brian Dunaway. Kiss our butts. All right.
He just gets it in quick. He knows. He knows that if he doesn't, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's no delay with him anymore. Brian, we have one news story to do. All
cool.
right?
Let's do one.
Let's do it. It's time for the news, and it's brought to you by.
Although we'll see if we have time for the news after I read this. Classic arcade game collector and museum curator Scott Leftwich needs help to keep the retro gaming scene and culture alive. Scott Weiner is using his arcade collection and Kickstarter to produce a YouTube game show called Arcade Animals. It's reminiscent of the 1980s game show Starcade. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
The first 6 episodes of Arcade Animals are on YouTube. Now Scott needs help to complete episodes 7 through 9. Visit arcadeanimals.com for more information and links to the Kickstarter. For more information on Scott's Wieners and Losers, okay. For more, don't pause, Brian. For more information on Scott's Wieners and Losers Arcade Museum and his 80s themed Airbnb,
I know.
Visit longlivetheeighties.com or find us on Facebook.
I want to know more about this house.
No kidding. 80s themed Airbnb.
Yeah.
Heck with the X-Men Mansion. Give me this. Although, did you hear the X-Men Mansion? It's only $97 a night.
Yeah. How do you ever even get in there? There's no way you're going to get booked.
It's a total lottery system, yeah.
That seems like a nightmare. Well, all right then. Perfect. Let's do this story. Speaking of houses, actually, this is funny. This is totally a house story.
Yeah.
It's a skinny house. I don't know if you've seen these, but these are kind of a rage right now.
Yes. It's crazy, yeah.
There's this one in Florida that is only 10 feet wide at its widest. It's long, but it's wide. Or it's short. Or no, its width is not great, but its length is wonderful. This thing sells for $619,000, and I'm going to show a photo to the chat so that they can partake in this because it is bazonga here.
Well, that price is bazongas.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the word we want to use. Actually.
No, I don't think that's the right word either. But if you look at that
bazonkers.
House, as you can see, that house is very thin.
See, the other ones I've seen of these are skinny because they're between 2 buildings. It was like somebody bought the property that's almost like an alley and turned it into a house. But this thing is, I guess it's just between 2 open pieces of property as opposed to 2 buildings.
Yeah, and I think it has I think one of these pools belongs to it. On the side here, you look at the aerial shot.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Let me see the aerial photo here.
I'm not sure.
No way.
They might be fenced in. I'm not totally sure.
I think they're fenced in. Yeah, it looks like that green line is the boundaries of the property.
But I'll be honest, I think it looks really cool inside.
The fact that it's got a garage, like a 1-car garage.
Yeah. I don't have it. It's got a basement too. I don't have a problem with this, or maybe that's upstairs. That's what it is. It's got multiple floors. There's no basement. It's Florida. They don't have basements, but they have an upper floor in this thing with stairs and everything. I don't mind if a house is arranged long ways. That's fine.
No. And it looks beautiful inside, like really, really cool.
Yeah.
It is funny too how you look at the like the drone photo up above it and you see all these little ranch houses all around it, and then this thing sticks out like the Lego brick.
Yeah.
the weird Lego brick that you got in your Indiana Jones pyramid collection.
It's very weird. Yeah. But I don't think it's $619,000 worth it.
No.
I mean, come on
definitely
now.
Not.
Like, I don't know what the total square... Does it say the square footage? Let's see.
I'm sure it does.
Is it field paddle, something. Okay.
1,500 square feet of living space.
Not bad.
Or over 1,500 square feet. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I mean, not bad for that kind of house. Bad for that price.
Yeah. I think if you told me this house was $200,000,
that's right.
Maybe.
Yeah, that is the hero piece.
Yeah.
Your Tetris right there.
Yeah. You might get me then. That's really crazy though. The fact that these even exist or how they pop up or whatever. I wonder if they'll get what they're asking. Let's see. Is there a listing?
Curious. It's Zillow. Yeah, there's a Zillow link at the bottom there.
Let me go down here. Here we go. I never trust Zillow's prices.
No.
At one point, they showed our house was worth $1.8 million. That is so not true. They had us listed as that. We didn't even do anything. It just said that.
Wow.
And then the next day I checked and it was back to normal. It's like, Zillow, what are you doing? Let's see. 2 beds, 3 baths. It's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like let's see. Yeah, it's not currently under contract, so I don't know that it's going to sell.
It does have a tiny little backyard too. Like it's actually got a little green patch that you can xeriscape or mow or do whatever you want with. But
can I get on that roof? I want to get on that roof, you know?
Yeah. That's whole extra living space, really. I mean, you know, it's Florida, so you can just put a cot up there and watch the stars.
It's pretty good. Well, good luck to them and their weird house. We're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we'll have Tom Merritt here. We'll talk a little tech, and after that, we'll spend some time with the Recommendals folks and do some Recommendals. Before all that, though, we need a song to break us all up. So what do you got?
We do, and this is a band called Zornheim. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, Brian, Zornheim sounds like a really sweet indie pop, female-fronted plink plunk music thing, then you would be absolutely wrong. Zornheim is really like death metal, Finnish death, Scandinavian, Stockholm-based symphonic extreme metal. That's the combination right there.
Sure.
This is great, and this is going to please a lot of folks who love their metal, their symphonic-based metal, their Night Wishes, you know, that sort of thing.
Sure.
The band's founder is a guy named Zorn, so there you go, Zornheim. He's the founder. Zorn is the founder of the band Zornheim. Here is their song from their brand new album. Nope, it's the title track from a new single, None for All. Here is Zornheim.
Find the next exit. I have got quite the urine jug to evacuate.
I brought you back here to offer you a deal.
And we're back. Who was that again?
That is the band Zornheim. You know, we said we had one news story. Halfway through that news story, I needed to come over here and pull up my notes about the song. And you'd think I would have done that, but I didn't do that. I got kind of pulled off guard, like, oh, we do a song in the middle of the show. Surprise. Anyway,
Sure.
that's Zornheim and the brand new song from a brand new single called None for All.
It happens. It
It happens. Whatever. You know.
It's a big, slapdash, mad dash kind of content thing we do here every day.
You know, it's not like it takes me that long to search in my notes for Zornheim.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn quick.
Pretty easy, turns out.
Pretty easy, turns out, yeah.
Check this out.
We want Tom.
We surely do. Tom Merritt is joining us, as he does from Los Angeles, California, each and every Wednesday to talk about the news stories of the day on a Wednesday. And Tom is here to do that today. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you both?
Oh, we're so good. It's good to see you. You look very comfortable today. I don't know why. You just
I have
do.
a hoodie on.
Oh, all right. That would explain it.
Casual, comfortable Tom is what you are.
Now I'll go from comfortable to suspicious.
Whoa! Somebody get an APB out on that man.
Is he writing his manifesto? I can't tell.
Please don't bomb us.
Especially when these lenses turn dark outside.
Goodness gracious. Well, it's good to have you here. How do you even survive now in a world where nobody wants to talk about anything but AI? How do you even exist in a tech world? Yeah. It's so much.
Well,
dude.
I, being AI generated myself, I feel perfectly comfortable.
Oh, wonderful. I knew I had
Tom has been gone for years now.
I had suspicions though, but don't you feel like we're just, it's that saturation point that we're hitting. It's just kind of,
yeah.
This is the guy who posted on Facebook and Twitter yesterday about an AI photo that he received.
No, I do it all the time. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about like, there's no, if you go to techmeme.com.
Yeah.
I did that yesterday because I was working with Roger on what we were going to talk about today. That entire thing. AI stories, all of it. Now, part of it's because Microsoft just had huge AI announcements, and we're looking forward to...
They're talking about Siri, Apple Siri being full
we just
of
had
AI.
OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and Apple through the iPad a little bit, all have big announcements that, if not definitely about AI, like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft, were tangential to it in the case of Apple. So this happens, I've been doing this for 20 years now. So there's always something that dominates the news cycle. The thing I will say about AI is that it is a real change. So it's going to dominate even more so. And you saw that with the rise of smartphones, with the rise of social networks, with the rise of the web, if you go far enough back, and dot-coms and everything. Why is everything about dot-coms these days? When can we get back to talking about HP and Compaq? Is a thing I actually heard, back in the late 90s.
Sure.
So, it's and I'm not trying to discount the sort of, natural reaction, because I get it too. But it is usually just a sign that, like, well, that is the dominant story. And then the question becomes, is it a passing story, like NFTs were? I still hold out that there might be something there someday, but there's not right now. Or is it a real fundamental change, like the rise of the web or smartphones? And I do feel like a lot of these generative models we're talking about are just that.
Yeah, it feels like it is seismic in its impact, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, it is going to fundamentally change a lot of the assumptions about how technology works, and already has.
So today, what did you bring? Not to set you up for AI failure or anything, but did you bring?
Well, I kind of know the answer. I was going to give you a choice. And some sources are telling CNBC that Amazon is going to improve its voice assistant with some generative models later this year, but they're going to charge for that. Separate from Amazon Prime, or we could talk about Scarlett Johansson.
I want to talk about ScarJo and her little
I figured.
Her little AI battle. Let's talk about
ScarJo is Scott Johnson. ScarJo is Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo. That's right.
So let's talk about that.
Rolling buttholes. Yes,
because she wants to. She wants to now. Well, she rattled some legal sabers the other day. I guess most people may be caught up on this, but do you want to give us the short of what's happening with that?
It's interesting to me. So the fundamental thing that happened is, now we know, because Scarlett Johansson's people released a statement from her, signed by her. So it's Scarlett Johansson's statement yesterday, saying that last September, OpenAI approached her and said, hey, could we license your voice to use in our voice models? And she says that she considered it and decided for personal reasons. So she didn't enumerate them. A lot of people are jumping to conclusions about why she declined it, but she didn't actually say. She said, for personal reasons, I decided against it. And then 2 days before OpenAI's announcement last week, so I'm guessing she means the Friday before the Monday announcement, OpenAI sent another, hey, last chance, would you reconsider? And before she responded, or her team responded, OpenAI had their announcement on Monday. And that's where the controversy brews, because they used a voice called Sky in their announcement, which is a female voice, very effervescent. Some people even described it as flirty. And a lot of people, unbidden, unknowing that there was all this going behind the scenes, compared it to the voice from the movie Her, which is an AI voice that was voiced by Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
And so Scarlett Johansson's statement that came out yesterday said that, she was upset that it was a voice that sounded so much like hers, and that she had said no, and that many friends and family thought it was her, and so there was confusion about whether she had done it or not. OpenAI had a statement before hers this week that said, that is an actor that we hired, and we trained Sky's voice on that actor. So we didn't steal Scarlett's voice. That is important to know. They didn't take a bunch of recordings of Scarlett Johansson and synthesize, which they could have done. They did not do that. They said it was not our intention to imitate Scarlett Johansson. We were just, trying for a friendly voice. But in the meantime, they have paused the use of the Sky voice. They've said, out of respect for Scarlett Johansson, we are not going to use Sky for the time being while we work this out with her. Scarlett Johansson has not threatened legal. I hear a lot of people throwing that around. She has not threatened legal. She has said, I want to work this out. I'm upset, and I hope there will be legislation, blah, 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 blah. SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, has supported Scarlett Johansson and said some, fairly mild things, that we're glad OpenAI has paused this and understands the issue, et cetera, et cetera. So really, as these things go, it's pretty friendly. OpenAI has paused the thing without without being threatened to be taken to court. And Scarlett Johansson is not saying, you back down or I'll see you in court, because OpenAI already backed down. We'll see what happens next. It could heat up pretty quickly at any moment, but right now it's a little bit of détente. The question would be, if they go to court, not copyright violation, because OpenAI can demonstrate, look, we had a separate actor, we used their voice. Some people may think it sounds like Scarlett Johansson. That's on them. That was not our intention. What Scarlett Johansson would have to prove in court then at that point is that it was meant to sound like her, and that it was meant to make the audience think it was her. And there's rights of likeness in the United States where you can't imitate an actor with the intent of implying that actor did the voice.
Right.
So, I can't get Christopher Walken, an imitator, to do a DTNS ad and go wink, wink, hey, it's Christopher Walken. That is violating Christopher Walken's likeness. So you have to walk that line very closely. She would have to prove in court that OpenAI intentionally wanted people to think that it was Scarlett Johansson from her. That would be hard to prove, but then also Sam Altman posted on X the word her, on Monday.
On 13th.
So, it's possible you could convince a judge, it's possible you couldn't. It'd be interesting to see where that goes. But that's kind of the upshot on where all this is. And what's interesting to me is that the public reaction has been basically on Scarlett Johansson's side, and OpenAI messed up and ripped her off. And I personally don't think OpenAI ripped her off. I think they absolutely knew that this voice was close to it, but they thought they were legally safe. And they wanted it to give the impression of like, hey, that's kind of like the movie Her, without being a direct imitation.
Yeah, that all sounds right. I don't think I think you have I think you have the whole of it. Like, I think this is the whole, that's the entire story, and it will probably work itself out over time. The fact that he typed her in a tweet that is
bad move,
pretty bad move, and it's the kind of tweet that your lawyers say, please don't delete any tweets. For a while, because
exactly.
So that one bit is the part that kind of bothered me, because it just feels like it's easy to jump on this bandwagon of, well, AI, it's all bad actors. They're all just taking your info and they're just using your. I mean, I know that's where everyone's head's at, or a lot of people are thinking that way around this stuff.
Yeah,
and the truth is much closer to, oops, we should have made it a little bit more diverse, that voice. It shouldn't have, we shouldn't have, we should have known the temperature of the crowd maybe a little bit. Like, this just feels like PR mistakes to me, not legal mess ups. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit of arrogance, right? A little bit of PR mistakes, but also some things done right. They contacted her and like, we'd really like a voice that sounded like her, and we'd love you to do it because you're the voice of her. And then they decided to come up with the JCPenney version of it. Basically, it's like, well, does the Fox shirt from JCPenney infringe on Izod Lacoste? To use a metaphor that only like 10% of you are even going to get. But you know what I mean? Like, it's it's the generic version. Is it too close? Is the question? Because I think it's understandable. Everybody wants their computer to sound like Star Trek, right? So you could come up with a voice that sounds kind of like the Star Trek computer, but you don't want to get too close to Majel Barrett's voice, or you're infringing on that likeness, and you're infringing on those rights. So
good comparison, yeah.
Yeah, right. And I think it's natural for them to be like, gosh, we'd love this to sound like her, but we can't get Scarlett Johansson. Let's have a her-like voice. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a her-like voice. I think there is something wrong with having it implying that it might be Scarlett Johansson's, and that's where the question lies: is did they do it? And Sarah Lane pointed out, she's like, the fact that they asked her and she said no made her more uncomfortable with the decision to do something like it. It's like, well, then you shouldn't do it because I told you I didn't want you to do it.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was them, I would have.
That's not a legal thing. That's an emotional thing, but it's still valid.
Sure. The other thing with the movie Her, I don't know. I don't want to speak to what her reasons for not doing it or turning it down were, because I have no idea. But the movie Her deals with some really out there subject matter. Like the movie isn't
in love with an AI voice, and
and it isn't just, hey, AI is cool and we can talk to our companion. It's just like having a human around. I mean, he was having virtual sex with his AI companion in that movie. Like, there are some weird turns. It's a little dystopic in a bunch of ways. There's a tendency and I do this too. You watch something like the end of Star Wars Rogue One, and you see Vader just tearing things apart, right? Ripping the rebellion to pieces trying to get those plans. It's awesome. It's the coolest Vader's ever been. But if you really think about it, it's not what we should be rooting for there. We should be rooting for the rebels. The fascist dictator is killing everybody indiscriminately to get these papers. So I know how the human mind works. We see a thing and we go, yeah, that's awesome. But we're not really thinking about subtext. I'm guessing she was thinking about subtext and it made her uncomfortable. I don't blame her. I wouldn't have either. So go a little further from that. You could do any female voice or male voice, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be so adjacent to hers. And that's the arrogant part that I'm a little bugged by the whole thing. Outside of that, I mean, obviously potential legal issues aside, this will probably all go away in a week and we won't be talking about it anymore. But it's still interesting.
I can understand why Scarlett Johansson would not want to agree to this. You essentially lose control of your voice if this thing blows up. And just remember the woman who originally voiced Siri and all the reports about her, and she wasn't even famous. You're Scarlett Johansson. You're like, no, I don't want my brand to be diluted by becoming the voice of the most popular AI on the planet. I want people to think Scarlett Johansson when they hear my voice. I do not, maybe Black Widow or something, but I do not want them to think, oh, my AI assistant. And so I could see why she would turn it down just for that reason of like, I don't think that's good for me and on a business angle. No matter what you pay, I just wouldn't want to lose that much control of the perception of my voice.
Yeah. I just think they had a meeting where they went, what if we got someone who sounds like she sounds?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, Andrew Main, who used to do comms for OpenAI, was on DTNS yesterday, and he said, I don't think it sounds that much like her. I don't get it. Really? I heard the Sky voice before we even had Scarlett Johansson, involved. Because the Sky voices existed for a while. And that is a point in OpenAI's favor, is that they were developing this voice before. He's like, I don't see it. And that's fair. Maybe they didn't. I think there's enough people who say, gosh, it sounds like it to me, that even if it was subconsciously, they were going for that feel, because that is an iconic feel for like, man, the ultimate AI voice would be to sound like the AI in that movie, like very comfortable and natural and emotional, and that's what the Sky voice sounded like on Monday, and it was very impressive. So I get why they would want to do that voice, even if they weren't intentionally trying to copy Scarlett Johansson, because it's kind of in everybody's brain,
right? Yeah,
and anybody who's into AI anyway has seen that movie and internalized it.
Oh, of course, yeah, they're all into it. Boy, you don't. By the way, don't have arguments with AI proponents on the internet. Just don't do it.
I would just amend that statement just a tiny bit. Don't have arguments on the internet.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
That's not bad. It's not bad. That's not a bad amendment. I think we're going to vote that one in. All agreed. Say aye.
As amended.
You both get muddy, and the pig likes it. Wait
that's
a minute.
right.
No, it's a different.
Different thing. Well, anyway, more stuff like this on the Daily Tech News Show today. Even I'll be on there today. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. There's this really weird, not weird, but this report going around that console games are slowing while PC gaming is on fire right now. And I got all kinds of ideas in my head as to why this is. We're going to talk about that today.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Plus all the other tech news you can eat. Tom, is there anything else going on you'd like to mention?
Yeah, I'm working on, my take on all of this. I had the Scarlett Johansson take in my newsletter yesterday. I've got some stuff in here today about Microsoft Copilot's recall feature, the one that will record everything on your laptop for you, so you can find everything easily with an AI search. Already being probed in the UK to decide whether it's playing by the rules of privacy, etc. So I'll have that. That's all in the free tech newsletter at freetechnewsletter.com. However, the stuff I'm talking about here is only in the version that you pay to subscribe to. If you don't pay to subscribe, you'll get a Thursday version that will have some of the stuff I write about. So if you want to get the stuff I'm just talked about, you got to subscribe at the paid version. Otherwise, just go there and sign up, and you'll get a once a week version. freetechnewsletter.com.
That sounds fantastic. Cool. We'll see you later today for the Daily Tech News Show. Bye now.
Thanks.
Cool.
See you, Tom.
Back.
No,
all right. Recommendal time. It is time for us to dust off the weird shit we saw on streaming and talk about it.
Yes.
Let me make sure we got everyone here. I believe we do. Yes, we do.
Let's take roll.
Let's take roll. Make sure the 4 of us have arrived, and as we do, we play our little intro here, which sounds a little like this. I can't find it. There it is.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes. What do we recommend? You'll have to tune in and find out as we talk about our recommendals. Let's welcome to the program Nicole Spagnolo. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are
you?
Can I go first today? I got to pick up my son early. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, you can totally go first. Not a problem. Randy, hi. Welcome you as well. How are you?
Good morning stream. Nicole, welcome back from your trip. That looked like an awesome trip.
Yeah.
My gosh. Took Mateo to Washington, D.C. I used to live just outside of D.C. I never did any of that stuff. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So,
you got to go to the
Smithsonian
Smithsonian and all that. Yeah.
I wish there was like a service that would come into where you live and tell you what you're supposed to go see.
Right?
Like I was thinking about all the things I have. Like I've lived in Southern California now for over 13 years. I've never been to Catalina. Why don't just go to Catalina?
Yeah,
like,
get
I
out,
need,
get
I need
in there.
somebody to tell me to do that.
Yeah, you got to have.
In the age of AI, there are apps now that I think it's called Plan Buddy or something like that. I don't know. You could find it, but there are apps that will tell you, pick an area and it will plan out your itinerary for you.
Right. I'm going to talk to Copilot about this. Copilot's going to soon be my boss at work. So.
Yeah. And it's, it's recording everything you say. So
that's right. Yeah.
Just be careful.
Screenshots and all that stuff. Yeah.
Let's get to our recommendals. Nicole, we will start with you today since you're busy doing stuff. No problem. You got a clip here. I'm prepared to play it, but do you want to set it up at all? What do you got?
Sure. It was a movie I watched on the plane ride home. It's one of those movies that I knew came out. I had no real drive to see it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're a little bit overloaded, but I really enjoyed the movie on the plane, and it's playing on Disney Plus. And here you go.
Here's your clip.
I know that this situation isn't ideal, but it is actually nice having people on board again. It gets pretty lonely out here.
Anytime you need company, I will be there. I will drop everything. I will drop high school.
Don't do that. But can we start again? Hi, I'm Carol Danvers.
I'm Kamala Khan. But when I'm fighting crime on the streets of Jersey City, I go by Miss Marvel, and I hope that's okay, like copyright-wise, because honestly, I never thought I'd ever get to meet you, but now that it's happening, and we're like touching each other, I've realized I should have asked permission.
Twinsies.
She's adorable. I like
her. Adorable. Yeah. And I have yet to watch Miss Marvel.
Oh, really? So you haven't seen the series? Oh, that's yeah.
I got to a point where too much was coming out too fast.
Yeah. It's hard. It was hard to keep up with unless you said, "All right, I'm gonna watch Marvel shit and nothing else." For
right.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to watch this because I'm all about girl power. Woohoo! And I just really liked it. I want to say I didn't really hear much positive about it, but I'm here to tell you it's a fun movie. The Bollywood planet is a little weird.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's no weirder an idea than Arcade or Savage Land or anything like that.
So I asked you guys if you had recommended it, and I don't think we've ever recommended it on the show.
No. I figure I don't recommend the Marvel stuff because people know I'm going to recommend the Marvel stuff. But no, I thought this was great, and for me, it was actually something I enjoyed more than than a couple of the other Phase 5 Marvel movies, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. I thought this was a lot more fun. The 3 female leads are excellent.
I loved it.
Marvel does have a villain problem. Like Dar-Ben doesn't really have a lot of depth to her, unfortunately, and she's, it's a cool character. They just needed more depth for her, but everything else about it was great.
It was a lot of fun. So I wanted to at least bring it to recommendals because I really kind of just ignored it when it came out, and I'm going to go back and watch Miss Marvel because she's adorable.
Yeah,
you have seen Captain Marvel the movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen Captain Marvel, and I've seen. Was there a second one? See,
well, this was the second one.
Yeah, after Captain Marvel establishes that she's the most powerful, she's the S tier of all of the potential Avengers. They just put her on a shelf until the very end of Endgame.
Right.
It's just like
Right,
she
kind of,
is not
yeah,
around.
exactly.
Otherwise, you know, we'd have to. I don't know. We'd have a bunch of underpowered heroes, right?
Right, exactly. Ultron solved in a minute. Thanos
Yeah.
solved in a minute. Did you watch WandaVision?
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
love
that
WandaVision.
gives you the background on Spectrum, or yeah.
Which I've completely forgot.
Yeah.
Now, until you just said it, I did not connect.
Right.
I'm still having a problem with the cat. I can't remember where the cat came from. It made
Cat
me
came
think
from
of,
the first movie, the first Captain Marvel movie.
did it?
The Flerken,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
I'm so forgetful.
Goose.
I keep on thinking of Men in Black.
It's a very Men in Black thing.
Yeah,
Very much is.
Yeah.
So
That bit.
I haven't seen the Eternals yet. I hear that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that. There are some really beautiful moments in that movie, and the cinematography in that film is fantastic. But they have a really hard time justifying why the Eternals are just coming around now. And you know, they do talk about well we need, you know, we view the world, we don't participate, but now we have to participate. It's like, okay, well, which is it? But it's
well, it's kind of, is it more along the lines of what was the series the Moon one?
Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, yes.
Moon Knight I thought was
Moon
great.
one.
I thought Moon Knight was Moon Knight I enjoyed a lot more than Eternals.
I loved Moon Knight, but is that kind of connected to Eternals? Like it's always trying to find the threads between them, right?
And that's a good comparison, because Moon Knight and Moon Knight and Eternals both do what a lot of other movies don't do, or a lot of the other Marvel things don't do, is have little cameos of other Marvel characters that have already been introduced. Both of them introduce brand new characters to the universe, but don't say, oh, well, here's, you know, we're going to have Captain America show up in this one, or have so-and-so show up. Eternals feels disconnected from the rest of the Marvel universe, even though there's, you know, a lot of connective tissue there. And I think once we get the what do they call it? The universal or the space stuff happening more, not just in Guardians of the Galaxy, but some of the stuff, the Fantastic Four is going to give us, you know, more stuff like that. Cosmic. Thank you, Tandagasa. Then Eternals, we're going to find some more of that connective tissue, and some of the Eternal stuff is going to pay off, hopefully.
Well, and I feel like I'm a Marvel fan, but I'm so utterly lost in the worlds now, because then you have like the whole monster spin-off with that black and white on Disney that I recommend. Yes, it was so good. And it kept, I mean, I'm excited by what's being produced. It's just hard. I kind of wish there was like a,
well, this is a good year.
There probably is a timeline.
This is a good year to catch up, because other than Deadpool and some really bad Sony.
What was it, Madam Web?
Yeah, skip it.
Is that,
or watch it when we watch it for film sack.
Yeah,
Nicole,
I'm not looking forward to that.
Didn't you just love the top line cast for the Marvels? Like, just every single person that have like primary roles in this movie, I just love their performance. I love how they look, all of it.
Yeah, but I think I've gotten spoiled that I just expect that. You know, like it has to be that, right? So
yeah,
I don't think about it too hard, but then I guess when they don't do it, it's like, oh, well, I guess that's a movie, right?
Yeah.
It is true that Marvel properties get all the best, so we're very expecting that. But
yeah,
I was really, really pleased with the cast, like especially when it's like here are a bunch of women that you maybe don't know or haven't heard of, and they're all in primary roles, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm only familiar with Miss Marvel because of her series, and is she a relatively new actress?
Very, very new. Yeah,
Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani, that's right. Yeah, I think Ms. Marvel might have been her first project, and
oh wow,
she embodies the character so well, and she's just as much a fan of the MCU stuff as Kamal Khan is of the Marvel superheroes in the film. So
yeah, and then
I might be wrong about that. Wicked Kitten is saying no way.
Well, she probably got other stuff she did before this. They didn't pull her off the street, but I'm sure this is her first major like exposure. Must be.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to say I watched it, I loved it, I recommend it. So
Nice.
Disney Plus.
There you go. Disney Plus available now. The Marvels. Get in there. Get it done.
I'm looking at Ivan Vellani's bio, and it's like they kind of did.
Yeah, actually, that is.
She was in high school when she got cast to play Ms. Marvel.
Kind of did get pulled off the street for this. There's
she was going to. She was she's born in Pakistan, but has grown up in Canada.
Yeah, her four credits are Ms. Marvel, The Marvels, and then Avengers: Quantum Encounter, and the upcoming Secret Wars.
So nothing else. She's been in nothing else.
No, nothing else. Nothing else.
How do you find somebody like that? So perfect for that.
Well, wasn't Daniel Radcliffe? That was Harry Potter. Wasn't Harry Potter kind of his first thing?
Well, yeah, but he was tiny. He was like 8 or something.
Yeah, he wasn't 8. He wasn't 8.
He was pretty young. He was like 8 to 10, somewhere in that range, right? I think that's right.
I don't. We just make up stuff on this show.
I mean, he wasn't 25. he wasn't like driving his first rental car when he became Harry Potter.
The chat's saying he was actually 54.
Yeah.
No, he was,
Thank you, Dr. Keller.
He was 10. They were saying he was 10.
Yeah, so that sounds right. That would be his first. But anyway, well, there you have it.
Nicole, before you go, you said to me that you wanted to watch the thing that I'm about to recommend.
Oh yeah,
and I hope you do. And I just want you to know it's not gruesome or gory or anything like that. It's just a typical example of that work, and I found it like very entertaining. I think you would find it very entertaining.
Yeah, is it? My son would say it's so cringe. It's so cringe.
Yes, yeah. I'll agree to that.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Nicole. Right. Enjoy your child pickup, drop off, whatever it is you're doing. And,
it's the end of school, and every day is a half a day, basically.
Oh, that's not.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh,
exactly.
I remember those days. Well, enjoy your half of day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Brian, we're going to swing back to you and let you go next. What do you got here?
Sure, I've got a documentary, but it's a documentary series. But it's a documentary series that's only 2 parts, so it's just a really long movie that you can watch in 2 parts.
Wow. All right, here it is.
Okay, if you type in, Steve hasn't missed a step, because at his age, he only uses ramps.
Only thing that keeps Marty out of the Oscar in memoriam is no good films. There was not one person who was surprised at Marty's success. There were millions.
No.
Thanks to good diet and exercise, Marty outlived his career by 30 years.
It's not bad. You put that.
Steve's just a few years away from being fed like a baby bird. It's funny, put that in red anyway. Steve plays the banjo and writes cartoon strips. He's already the biggest entertainer. That makes him the biggest entertainer of 1945.
I never thought that was that strong.
Really?
Does it get a laugh?
Yeah.
Oh, then it's strong.
No. These are terrible. I mean, but great. He has the sex appeal of a hot dog burp trapped in a face mask.
That's amazing.
A hot dog burp.
That's amazing. So you watched it. Somebody finally watched it.
Yes, I watched this and loved it. It was such a great history and biography of this guy that I didn't know until, Saturday Night Live, till he was hosting, and then you see him on various talk shows and doing his thing. But my gosh, his the stuff that he was into before, he one of his early things was he was a magician / comedian in the rootin' tootin' cowboy part of New Orleans Square in Adventureland or Frontierland, I guess would make the most sense, at Disneyland in California. And sorry, shit out of luck. The name of this is Steve Martin, a documentary in 2 pieces. Steve with an exclamation point, Martin in parentheses, in case you need that.
Do you think having read I read his book, his biography that he wrote, and it's fantastic. It's really good. And it gets into all this like early Disney stuff and then where he went from there. It's like the whole gamut. Is this kind of that just his film
just
version?
With video and pictures and showing, how he kind of broke new ground in the comedy space in the 70s by just going over the top and being out there and I'm gonna walk right into the audience and just leave and take you with me and stuff like that. It is like his early stand-up stuff, as he realizes, oh my God, this is working. This is the thing that is doing really well, and then I'm going to lean into that. Just fantastic. And man, seeing him as a young guy with dark hair, you forget that Steve Martin actually had a color of hair that wasn't white for a while.
Yeah. Sure.
But so the two-part documentary kind of ends with the first part ends with him kind of getting into his movies and The Jerk and The Man with Two Brains and All of Me and stuff like that. And then the second one picks up from there through his movie career and now into his friendship with Martin Short. And you heard the two of them together, obviously kind of working on the jokes that they'll tell during their two-man show, which by all accounts is fantastic and hilarious. It's such a great, I think even though you've read the book, this will enhance all of that stuff for you.
Oh yeah, I'm all in. That's a positive for me because I loved that book, and I my only complaint about the book was I'm just hearing one voice. Really, I'm just it's his perspective. It's very good.
Head.
Yeah, the voice in my head. I want to hear what all his friends and all these Hollywood types and all these comedians think, and that's what I want. I want more of a blown out thing.
His weird guest appearances on shows, he's going to be on the Tonight Show and Letterman and stuff like that. And of course they've got clips of that. But when he's a guest on the Sonny and Cher Variety Hour and you're watching Steve Martin interacting with Cher and she's being the straight man to his comedy is really hilarious. It's so it's terrific.
Cool. Did they get into he had a whole anxiety they get into that because it's really fascinating what he had to deal with
big time. And that's actually why it took me a little bit longer to watch this. I started watching it before TMS Vegas, and it was giving me a little bit of anxiety about the show, doing the live show. It never does. Once I get out there and once we're in the venue, I'm fine. But it's that anticipation, and especially watching this at 3 o'clock in the morning if you can't sleep, that's the time when your brain says, hey, I really want to screw with you and your self-confidence and all that sort of thing. I'm really going to stick it to you right now. At the really vulnerable time. I don't know, other people experience that sort of thing, but I certainly do. If you ask me a question at 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll get a very different answer than you will during the actual waking hours of the day.
Sure.
But watching that was kind of watching this and watching those early things with his stage anxiety and his performance anxiety was very difficult to do at 3 in the morning before TMS Vegas. Once we got back from that, finished it up, loved it, had no issues with that.
Cool. That sounds great. I've been wanting to see it. This is Apple TV Plus.
It's on Apple TV Plus. Yeah, it's 2 parts, a couple hours, hour and a half each part, and worth every second of it.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm so glad. And how much talk about Chevy Chase?
There's quite a bit because he and Marty both worked with Chevy on Three Amigos, and so there's a little bit of talk, but nothing there. There's no, boy, he was rough to work with, right, Marty? Oh yeah, very rough to they don't talk about that, but it does they do. There's a brief mention of Chevy Chase.
I always feel like we, the audience, have probably built that up farther than it was for them in real life,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you worked with him, if you're a long time, like somebody who worked with him from the early days, you probably have a different take than, when he's curmudgeonly working on Community and nobody there, it's not jiving for him or whatever.
Wants to work with him. Yeah. I think because you hear just smatterings of that, you chalk it up to, well, these people are really just being nice and it was worse than they're not saying. And so you extrapolate the fact that they're not saying more than that into, oh, it must have been really bad because they're just afraid to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. My guess is, I could be wrong, but I don't see anybody rushing to do a documentary on the life of Chevy Chase. That may be a window into a problem. Right. I don't know.
I can't help wondering. I want there to be a documentary about the rise and fall of Chevy Chase alongside people who didn't fall. Because it's just interesting that he could have been. This could have been a trio This could have been a legendary
Yeah,
trio.
like
into their
we're
elder years.
always going to work together in multiple movies and things like that. And yeah.
Well,
and instead we get a duo, which is good. It's a great duo, but it's just like you wonder what might have been.
Yeah.
Well,
let that trio be Marty, Steve, and Selena Gomez.
There you go.
That's a fine trio for me.
Oh, dude. So I love their chemistry with her.
Yeah.
She's great. I like her a lot. Like, back in the day, I was like, another pop princess trying to muscle her way into whatever, but I actually really like her a lot. She's great. All right, well, let's get to Randy's recommendation. Randy, you do a little setup here for this.
It's a workplace documentary. Just to get like to it, the main guy being interviewed is like the money guy, and he doesn't really know what's going on throughout the stuff. I think he's what you're gonna hear. He's talking about the CEO of this workplace that absolutely cratered and blew up spectacularly, but he's just a really funny guy. He's like he seems like a Hollywood producer who just had a bunch of money and got to go in and spend it and sit in this company and wonder what the hell's going on. So that's the voice you're about to hear.
All right, here we go.
Noel and I have been friends for about 34 years. We met at summer camp, and we became close and fast friends. And I like to tell people, we put the fun in dysfunctional. As a kid, he was really, really fun to be around. Fantastic sense of humor. Charming, funny, smart. Didn't take any shit from anybody, including, elders or people of authority. He went to UCLA and became a lawyer. Noel's all about conflict. Like, he's ready to go all the time.
No idea what this is.
This is Ashley Madison, Sex, Lies, and Scandal, which is a brand new 3-part docuseries exactly in the vein of The Inventor or WeWork. And it could actually go together with those as like a 3-subject super doc. It's so, and like I went into this not wanting to like anything about it because there are no good people in this documentary. But I realized, well, that's also true of like The Inventor, right? Like there's everybody's a villain here. There's not really a person who you can root for. And so as this is going on, I'm like, well, okay, this is yet another big scandal in a company. And then I realized, these people get hacked, right? That's the big story.
Thing. Yeah.
The scandal is they get hacked, and you're gonna get to root for the hackers. and boy, that really just fixed it all for me. It's 3 parts, so at the end of every part, there's like a big twist. You're supposed to get really excited, right? And you get to root for the hackers, and it just like these guys are up in Toronto, and they're just scum, like everybody involved. But here comes the hackers, and we still don't know who the hackers were.
Really? They never took credit.
Time?
Yeah, wow. So they spend this thing, like they bring in these genius hackers from Europe to try to figure it out. And the genius hackers end up going home, completely unsuccessful. It's example of how documentaries got real good about 20 to 30 years ago. Like filmmaking all went into documentary space. Good filmmaking techniques. This is such a well crafted documentary. Like the subject matter almost doesn't matter, like when you watch the WeWork thing, you're supposed to pay attention to that weird guy who made WeWork, but ultimately you're just like, wow, these are such amazing shots, of like office spaces and concerts. This is same thing with this Ashley Madison thing. Like it's just beautiful as a documentary.
Interesting. I really like the WeWork documentary, even though you're right, you hate everybody. They all suck. But I'm fascinated by, like, the Enron one was like that too for me. I loved that documentary, but there was no redeemable anybody in that thing. So this sounds up my alley. Where's this playing?
Oh, this is on Netflix, and I noticed. Well, I know after I watched it, I noticed it was like number 2 in their top 10. Like,
yeah.
So I guess it's connecting with people. It looks like it's going to be a lot sexier than it is, right?
Yeah, well, that's why they get you, right? It's like, ooh, the Ashley Madison thing. People are having affairs on a website. Ooh,
sexy documentary.
Yeah, there's really nothing that sexy about it because it's all about
it's servers.
Right.
Actually, that does it for me, really.
a lot of it is actually about people who were customers, right?
Yeah.
And as you know, one of the biggest parts of the scandal was the realization that their customers were all men. They didn't have any paying customers that were women, right?
Yeah.
And so like that is something that you're like leading up to by talking to these people. Like, what were you thinking? Why were you why did you subscribe? Why did you give them money? You know, like that sort of thing. And their answers are really human. You know, it's a very human look at that nonsense, but they're still no good guys here. like the guy you just heard is the closest thing. Like I say, he doesn't really know what's going on, and he's funny, but he's just the money that that came in and kind of gawked at everything going on around
in
him.
the early 2000s, 2004. So I worked at a company where we were working on a dating site, and the dirty little secret then, and I think is probably still true today, is that the men to women ratio is horrendously in favor of the men. Like it is.
Sure.
In our case, the site we were making, we were scrambling to figure out how to even deal with that.
Ladies get free sign up. That's not enough. A lady will pay you $10 to sign up.
You're not wrong. We were doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were like trying to incentivize it and doing all these things, and we jumped through hoops to do it. Never worked. It never worked.
Why bars have ladies' nights at the bar, because it's a 90% dudes. How are we going to get more ladies in here?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's very strange business. But this sounds great. Definitely going to watch this.
Yeah,
so good one.
It reminded me of The Inventor over and over and over. It's so like I just want to remind you, if you haven't watched that is also streaming. It's really good. Of course, when there is a criminal at the center of your documentary, you're gonna be watching people doing bad things. Like that's the whole point here.
Yeah.
But like with the Inventor, like you realize, yeah, she's going to jail, right? And so like
Right.
at least there's somebody out there to root for. You can root for the justice system or something.
Yeah. It's very weird. Well, all right then. So watch that. That's available on Netflix now, which is actually good to hear because I'll be honest, the recent run of Netflix documentaries, like mostly their true crime stuff, a little below par. Hadn't been great. I haven't recommended them because they haven't been good. So it's nice to hear they got another one that is decent.
Yeah, and I didn't look into it, but it's very, very clear that the company that made the documentary, like the filmmakers, are good at this. They're like really good at this.
Good.
So
I like that.
they're like I say, I just expect more. There's it's gonna keep happening.
Yeah,
like
I have a high. My standards are higher for documentaries now as a result of that quality stuff. So when the crappy ones come in, I'm just like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
look forward to the Sam Altman version of this in a couple years.
Yeah, it'll be called Her. All right, here is something completely different.
From Metropolis, I'm Lois Lane.
Hey, Lois! I know you like these, so I got you one. From Actual Perry. I don't know why I said it like that.
And I got you one of these from 43rd Street, which is like a full 3 blocks out of my way.
During rush hour? Wow, that's like me flying to Mars.
What? You can fly? I always thought the cape was just a cute accessory.
Oh, so you think I'm cute?
I said the cape was cute.
You think I'm cute.
Are we licking faces right now? Because if we're licking faces, I gotta get in on it.
All right, you might think to yourself, well, that sounds silly. It sort of is. But I really had a good time with this movie. This is DC League of Super Pets on HBO Max, or Max as we call it now. 2022 this came out, so it's been a couple of years, but I was surprised how much I liked this. I thought it was going to be really dumb, and a friend of the show, John Jagger, said, hey, you got to watch this thing. You're going to like it. I promise. I don't know why it's good, but it is. That was John Krasinski you were hearing there as Superman.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out that voice. Okay.
Lois is... Who is Lois? Olivia Wilde is Lois. But everybody's in this thing. Diego Luna, Keanu Reeves, Kate Middleton, Dwayne Johnson, you heard there at the end. As
Kate Middleton,
crypto.
you say?
Yeah, sorry, McKinnon. Did I say Middleton? I meant McKinnon.
Oh, okay.
Dish tosh, posh posh.
Gosh,
posh.
you got me excited there for a minute.
Kevin Hart's in it. Natasha Lyonne. A whole bunch of people you know. Thomas Middleditch. Always either he's in trouble or doing cool stuff.
That's where you were combining Middleton and Middleditch and McKinnon.
Yeah, I think I did that. Also, Mark Maron as Lex Luthor is an inspired choice. It's very, very good.
Nice.
Anyway, it is way better than I thought it would be, and it is a delightful little offshoot in the DC universe that just deals with the super pets. And occasionally somebody shows up, like Keanu Reeves plays Batman, and he is amazing as Batman. It's done for comedic reasons, but I'm pretty sure he could actually voice that seriously somewhere else if he wanted. It's very good.
Cool. Wow.
It actually worked for me. Krasinski is perfect for the way they portray Superman. And I think Dwayne Johnson does a fine job of he just sounds like The Rock, but he's a dog. Same with Kevin Hart. They're just dogs doing dog shit. It's a lot of fun. It's just a good throwaway good time. Like if you're looking for some fun animation and you want some good time with the family, I don't think this is one to sleep on. I was surprised how much I liked it. John was correct. It is a fine little film, and I think you'll enjoy it. So go check it out.
Is it now your favorite Rock and Kevin Hart collaboration?
That's a great question. More often than not, those just annoy me now. But then I'm kind of, if I'm honest, I haven't really seen, I haven't seen, what was the one he did with him that was like they were cops?
The Hard Way? No.
Central Intelligence.
Central Intelligence. I didn't see that. I didn't see the two Jumanji redos. Or not redos, the newer Jumanji things. I didn't see any of that. So I don't know. They're probably amazing together for all I know. And this one, you hardly think about it. He plays Ace, who is Batman's dog. And he's a fantastic character. But I don't know. It's most fun when the dogs have to cross over with the humans and sort of deal with how kind of stupid Superman and Batman are. I had a great time with it. It's also on Hulu, by the way. I should have mentioned that. I don't know why it's there, but it's there. And available now. DC League of Super Pets. Available now.
Did you see Hobbs and Shaw?
No, I did not.
Oh, Scott, it's so good.
Is it? Is it, though?
You need to see Hobbs and Shaw.
It's
so good.
All right. You know what? I'm going to finally take you up on that. I'll watch Hobbs and Shaw.
It's Jason Statham. He can do no wrong.
I love him. Yeah. He's all right. Remember in Crank, he had to have sex to keep his heart rate up? Remember that? That was a thing.
We're going to sack that.
Well, all right then. Randy, it's a pleasure. And speaking of sacking, what are we doing this weekend? You want to tell
The
people?
Hitcher. We're going to watch The Hitcher, the 80s version.
Yeah.
The original.
So excited.
And we're gonna see just how bad it goes out there on the road. Of course, I can't help thinking about that. What was a breakdown that we watched last year?
Oh, Breakdown, yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Similar vibe.
Deal.
Yeah. In the same. It should be in the same aisle in Blockbuster. These two
should
movies
be delivered on a Blu-ray special edition with both movies on one disc.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love these movies. I love these movies.
Yeah.
Right?
I like them too. They're stupid and great. And I love The Hitcher. The Hitcher was, again, forbidden fruit in my house when I was growing up. So it was a big rebellion to go to my friend's house and watch The Hitcher at midnight. Ooh.
Man, I need to jot this down. We need to talk about the concept of forbidden fruit for younger movie viewers. Like that's a really interesting thing.
Yep.
Like we all have, I think all four of us have these like memories about, being a kid and something wasn't allowed, and you're like, oh, come on.
But we also all have stories about where, I know Brian has one with his grandma specifically, where they took us to something they didn't know had a bunch of crap in it.
Yeah.
In some ways they were keeping us from stuff. In other ways they were exposing us accidentally, and then too embarrassed to get up and walk out of a theater. Like, I think that was just all a rite of passage. Yeah,
I had two of those experiences as a kid. I'm jotting this down, guys.
Hold this for one of our round tables.
This will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, Randy, I hope your day is full of joy and Copilot Plus.
I hope yours is full of meats.
Ooh, gross. Bye. Meats.
We have the meats.
Probably going to be less meat for a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Because I'm living with a vegetarian.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Easier when you can just add meat to something that makes for the three of you that.
Yep.
Needs to be both, but yeah.
That is true. All right, we're going to get out of here. One quick thing. I already played this. I already read this, so I'm not doing this.
I
moved it up.
You moved Bucky's woman.
I moved Bucky's woman. That's it for today's show, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow. Wendy will be here. She's had some time off from the show, but she'll be back. Something big to talk about, something to help you guys with. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out. That'll be tomorrow. So tune in then. And if you've got any questions about any of that stuff, go to frogpants.com/TMS. Links to everything are there, with the exception of the song Brian's about to play, and then it will be there.
Then it will be there. It's amazing how that stuff works out. Hey, Sit Bright. Is this the right one? Yes. Hey, Sit Bright and Barium. I'm turning 50 on May 17th. I loved Cathedrals by Joan Osborne that Brian played on May 7th. And also the conversation later about being one of those songs that can bring a tear. I've heard of anchoring techniques where a song can revive a certain strong emotion or deja vu feeling. And Cathedrals is certainly one of those songs. Linger, that Brian just played, did it for me as well. Anyway, wonder if he can pull off another tearjerker from his endless 5-disc CD changer in the trunk of the Kia Soul. By the way, it's 6 discs, just to clarify. Brian is hitting 100% lately, so I'm excited to hear what he suggests. Can I also get an old-fashioned Darrow YouTube clip?
Oh my gosh.
I doth harbor affection for the spectacle, albeit.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Was it Daryl who did it?
Yeah. It's YouTube.
Okay. Well, I should have it then. Let's see here. Oh, here it is.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
I nailed it right there.
That's crazy. How about this one?
That was your dong.
All right. Anyway.
That's funny. I've not heard that one in a long time.
A long time.
All right. Well, let's see if I can do it again. I don't know. It's not easy to try and pull these out, but hopefully this one evokes an emotion. It does for me, and I think for me it's equal parts the lyrics and the music. For a lot of these, it's got to be that perfect combination of the two. And I'm a big fan of the band Keane. I feel like their Hopes and Fears album was easily one of the best albums that year and is still one of my 50 favorite albums. It's so good. Although I can't remember if this song comes from it or comes from their second album, but I still love the band Keane regardless. This is one of their singles. It's a song called Everybody's Changing, but it's covered by Tayo Cruz. And it's such a, like I said, the lyrics in this thing are talking about those things around you that you can't seem to keep up with, the people in your life that you watch from a distance and watch them succeed or watch them go on, and you feel sometimes like you're mired in your own muck, which we've all felt from time to time. Here is Tayo Cruz from the Island Life 50 Years of Island Records from 2009, covering Keane's Everybody's Changing.
See you guys tomorrow.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
The Pope on a pogo stick.
Oh. Well, of course.